channel, YouTube, and Twitch. I hope you guys are having a great day. For all of you new people, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And also, don't forget to follow. And for all of you returning regulars, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to come join me on my boring-ass journey through the deserts and over the oceans. Hopefully you are having fun. But yeah, you guys know the drill. Give me a couple of moments to go and get myself set up here, and I will be right with you all. Man, yesterday was a terrible day for the stream. Had like all of 24 views on it. It was horrendous. But it's probably just because I started late. Nobody shows up when I start late, so, you know. Or maybe you guys are finally getting tired of me running. But seriously, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are just sick and tired of watching me run off into the sunset, not really accomplishing anything. But don't you worry, we should be good today. We have quite... Hey! Yeah, it has been a bit. How you doing, Kutta? Or did you want to be known as King Nakoa now? I figure I'll ask first. Give me 1 second. I gotta get my channel here set up on Twitch real quick. Take a look at that. Alright. All good now. Yeah, so, alright, let me go ahead and get this started here. Yeah. Hello there! Ah!
Okay.
Yep, I'm just reading off the chat. How you doing, Biscuit Buzzer? How's life? Everything good? Doesn't matter. I got a new phone and I can't remember to log in to King Kutta, but I've been good. What about you? Doing fantastic. We are definitely making some progress. I'm probably within about 2 to 4 weeks of being able to complete this game. So, yeah, quite excited for it. It is a thing. Oh, I thought you said, I'm God, not I'm good. I was like, geez, you're on one today, on a cloud and everything. All right, well, let me go ahead and get with my intro. Wasn't you just expecting to actually scream? Listen, if you put to scream, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Previously on Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, our hero, after running across the land, running after something, found himself finding a letter in his pocket from a random courier boy that found him out in the middle of the desert as he had just finally walked in. This courier boy must have been following him in a bush because I didn't see his ass anywhere. After we crossed the ocean over to Daggerfall, finally reaching the beaches, we fell on our hands and knees where we already were and kissed the ground. Will we make it to Daggerfall? Will we finally finish the quest? Will I have 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours of just running? Find out this episode on Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. Ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Is that a positive?
No, you're good.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. The last stream of yours I saw was the last day of the Ark stream. Yeah, it's, I can't tell you that this is gonna be as entertaining. It's definitely not the most entertaining gameplay, but it is ridiculous to watch, my little lizard run for their life, across everything. Okay, so, we are here in Daggerfall. We need to make it to there. So that's where we're heading. I'm hoping that this is going to be a much better and more interactive stream because the last one was doo-doo. Not interesting gameplay, but you seem way more hyper, so it seems more fun. I suppose. I mean, I gotta entertain myself here because, like, we've been having a lot of cool conversations, so when people bring cool shit to the table, I am more than happy to discuss it. And since all I'm doing is, like, running in one direction, I am able to give, like, so much more time to the chat than I did during Ark when I had to think about stuff. So, downloading Daggerfall right now. Yep. Yep, good old land. Now we don't have to deal with water. I mean, I'm gonna have to cross the water again anyway, but... I guess it really depends on whether... Excuse me. It really just depends on whether Belferia, that lady in the tower, because I can never remember her name. Let's just call her Murica for now. Whether Murica goes ahead and sends me the telepathy letter and is like, hey, come on back for that white dust that I told you I'd give you. I don't think my Argonian needs any more white dust, though. My Argonian's already coped out as is. But yeah, we're getting close. I'm gonna play on max video settings. Honestly, if you go ahead, I would download Daggerfall Unity, and there's all kinds of mods for it. So if you want to go ahead and play a really good experience, Daggerfall Unity has all kinds of upgrades to it. Everything from graphics upgrades to, you could sell some, make some pretty money. I would not be interested in doing that, as I make, the government pays me enough money to not do stuff like that. And also, that's illegal. Can't do that. Hey, any of you guys ever had these Mios? I don't know if you guys have had these things or not. They're like the water flavoring stuff. These things fucking slap. I sent her a link to this, like... That's funny. I sent her a link to, like, this stuffed animal thing. And, like, she's going fucking bananas on it. Make your Argonian the biggest skooma dealer in Tamriel. If skooma dealer was a thing that could actually be done, I'm pretty sure... I mean, my character's already been a smuggler. You know, somebody gave me a thing, it's like, hey, kid, go ahead and take this over to that place over there. We need you to go ahead and drop it off. You know? And I was like, oh, I'm just a poor little Argonian who doesn't know it. Let me just take that thing from you and bring it over to you, dude. So, yeah. Oh, that's right. You guys probably don't know because I never talk about it. I can do both Dr. Girlfriend and the Monarch. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm just fucking bored out of my mind. I'll just be sitting there like, Dr. Girlfriend, please bring me the ray.
What do you mean the ray? What are you talking about?
Well, I need the ray to make the eggs.
Why don't you just go ahead and use the stove like a normal person?
Because I can't be a supervillain if I can't death ray my eggs.
I I'll get you the ray, but you have to go ahead and promise you're not gonna go ahead and shoot any of the minions like you did last time.
I really enjoy doing that. I would do a whole fucking gameplay as the Monarch or Dr. Girlfriend if given the chance. I think it would just be hilarious. Oh my god, I could do Bee Simulator. I'm making popcorn. Nice. Maybe I could read books as Dr. Girlfriend.
Hello and welcome to Dr. Seuss time. Today we're gonna be reading Cat in the Hat for all of you children out there. And for all the adults, make sure to have your shots handy.
Anyway. But yeah, today's been pretty good. You know, I got a much better feeling about today than I did yesterday, because yesterday was just ass. But, yeah. It's Friday. Watching my stream on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. You know. Which, by the way, I think it's always funny that people want to go ahead and knock on Rebecca Black. But that one song by Rebecca Black isn't that great. But if you've ever heard any of her other stuff, she's actually really good. Like, her more modern music is pretty damn hot. What's your favorite sci-fi or fantasy race? Good question. Also, welcome, Cosmic Emperor. Nice to see you. Sci-fi or fantasy race? Let me think.
Why are you trying to touch my feet?
Okay, more likely than not, and I guess this would have to fall into it, it's from Warhammer. I am a very big fan of the Skaven from Warhammer. The little rat things from Warhammer Fantasy, not 40k. They're like this giant rat cult that lives under like all the cities and everything, and they just have this giant like network of tunnels everywhere, and they just explode out of the ground in a giant mess. And I think that their god is pretty cool because they're so afraid of their god, because their god is just like this living being of like hatred and despair. Forgot I had my account on my old phone. Well. This game's massive. Yeah, the game is freaking huge. Wasn't expecting it to be a gigabyte. Yeah, I mean, the game is, despite the fact, I mean, a single gigabyte is pretty damn good for the amount of space and graphics and everything it puts in. Yeah, a gigabyte's not half bad, but yeah, the game is still pretty damn big. Honestly, I'd be surprised if, you know, if it was less than that. Or maybe it is. I mean, they did manage to go and fit it all on a single disc and everything. So, I don't know. You know what I think would be really cool? If instead of people putting Halo on thumb drives, people would just install Daggerfall on thumb drives. So that way they would just install them in schools. So they would just be playing Daggerfall randomly. And people are like, what are you doing? Timmy, where's your homework? Why are you playing a game? This isn't a game, teacher. I'm looking at a screensaver.
Why are you stuck in the 1800s?
Because the 1800s is the optimal time to go ahead and give Daggerfall its chance. It would be a masterful work. They would be typing on their parchments, and then suddenly this wonderful thing would come up in ASCII text. Would you like to proceed? / yes, enter. Shy Clips? You got expelled? You got expelled from school, is that what I am understanding? Because I feel like if you got expelled, you being on YouTube would be the last thing you would be doing right now. I feel like your parents would be, a little more upset. rather than being like, oh yeah, just do what you want. Go ahead and get on the thing. If I only was an orc. If I only was an orc. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I would drive my pile driver. I would give the doc a fivers if I only was an orc. Yeah, they don't care? Well, I mean... Okay. I really don't know what to say here, Shy Clips. If you got expelled, then... I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know if you're coming here for sympathy or not, but... She got a chicken wing on her arm. On her eyeball. Chicken wing, chicken wing. No. You want to be an elf? Orcs are the elf enemies? I mean, it depends. It depends on what lore you're following. You know, orcs could definitely be elves, you know, if you're following the Tolkien lore. At which point, orcs are just, you know, elves that have been tortured and turned into what they are. It wasn't your fault. Like I said, I don't really know what to say. If I could be, I think the Quarians are a good one. I know somebody mentioned it. I can't actually see who said it, but Quarians are a good race. I think they're probably the most interesting. But if you're following the whole story of the Quarians, then if you really like the Quarians, might I suggest Battlestar Galactica, the remake that was made during like the more modern one rather than the old one. But Battlestar Galactica, if you're a big fan of the Quarians, that is a perfect... That's what they're based off of, is the Battlestar Galactica. So, yep. It was really cool because looking at the Quarians and everything, I discovered Battlestar Galactica after Mass Effect. So I was watching Battlestar, I'm like, whoa, this is basically the Quarians, And then when number 3 came out, like, I rewatched it again. And, yeah. Yeah, so, yep. Gave everyone a computer virus. How did you manage that one? Because I can't exactly see that happening because most computers tend to be on their own little subsystems and not fully networked together throughout the entire school. I mean, they do have a connection to, like, the same internet and everything, but, you know, computer labs themselves tend to have a partitioned network rather than being connected to everything. Yeah, and, also at that point, if somehow you did that, I feel like if it was, quote, on accident, that's not an expulsion thing. You know, that's kind of out of your hands unless you maliciously installed something or downloaded something that had a virus, and even then, no school is going to go ahead and expel somebody over accidentally getting a virus on the computer network. I mean, just saying, that's it. That's not... Yeah. That's not an expulsion thing. Also, if you did something like that, that would also be really newsworthy, and it would probably be on the news. Or at least some far-flung side of the internet. So, I don't know what to tell you. Sounds fishy to me, but I'm not gonna go ahead and question it here. Alright, so, we shouldn't be too far from Daggerfall. Oh shit, I'm way past Daggerfall. What the fuck am I doing? Said I wasn't too far from Daggerfall, and I'm over here fucking going out into the ocean. Or going off into the main land. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Where's the last time I loaded? Let's reload this save, and I think that might actually be closer. Oh, yeah, that's way closer. Yeah. We'll go, west, southwest here. This is not the first time it's happened. There was this thing called the ghost browser that spreads around the school. Shyclips, I can't believe you on this. Unless you got some proof or something, I cannot believe you on this one. You know, getting expelled for, quote, infecting every school, every computer with a virus. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, they would suspend you.
Yeah, that was my thing. That if anything, it would be a suspension and not an expulsion. And if it was, especially if it was, quote, on accident, yeah, that certainly wouldn't be a... Okay, let me take this out. Assassin's gone. Steel, leather. Southwest. There we go. You feel somewhat bad? I feel like I didn't explain it well. I mean, you explained it. Hold on, what am I poisoned with? Oh, actual poison. You never awaken. Great. Let's try that again. Because I'm doing a bad thing here. If it was ransomware, where it would be worth the expulsion. I mean...
There is no way you got a hold of ransomware. No way.
Yeah, ransomware tends to be a custom thing. Yeah, it's not something that's just commercially available. You would definitely have to... Yeah, I'm not saying it was ransomware, but, like... Yeah, ransomware is very much a custom job. So... That's a custom creation, but... You got expelled once in life for almost killing somebody. Listen, you guys, like... I don't know what it is about today. You guys... I also do not believe that. Outside of, like, literally stabbing somebody, I can't... It's like... I don't know why everybody wants to be like, I got expelled. The only almost got expelled from school I had was for bringing pornography to school on a dare. Getting a whole bunch of, almost caught with it and everything. And... Yeah, and the only reason that I didn't get expelled was because, you know, my dad went ahead and proved that my teacher was a racist piece of shit. And who was targeting specifically only the like, white and Latino kids. That was the only reason why I didn't get expelled on that time. But yeah, like, it's not a great thing to talk about or anything. The face of that guy was full of blood. That would still only garner you a suspension, not an expulsion. Literally, beating somebody up would only garner you, like, a suspension, as far as I know. Maybe times have changed, but yeah, back when, that shit would just, you'd be out of school suspended for a while, and you would literally have had to, like, I don't know, I can't really talk for it, but suspension, you know, would be the first step and not really expulsion. Expulsion requires a ton of serious stuff, such as, like, calling in a bomb threat, or something that would literally endanger the lives of everybody there. Alright, well, I'll just... Once again, I don't really believe it, but I'll just say okay. I'm not gonna go ahead and sit here and indulge it, but I'll just give you guys the big old alright. You're going into the abyss. One of my friends got sent to juvenile detention for beating up a kid, so how would that only get a suspension? Little confused, but you don't have to answer that. Well, if you put it in the comments, you know damn well I'm going to answer it, so I don't know why you're going to go ahead. Listen, if you want to go ahead and antagonize me and really poke the bear, we can do this today. I am more than ready to do this. But, once again, I graduated in 2007. Times may have changed. Maybe schools have decided that, you know, if you go ahead and flick somebody's fucking forehead, they're gonna go ahead and suspend you or expel you over something like that. But, you know, back when I was a kid, you know, beating somebody up was only a suspension. They wouldn't, like, fucking throw you in a slammer or juvenile detention or anything else like that. So, maybe times have changed, but once again, I don't believe it either way, but like I said, I'm gonna give you guys an okay and say, alright. I have a hard time believing when somebody says that they get it. Especially if you were to get expelled, why the fuck would you be coming to my channel? No offense, but like, why would this be the first place you want to come if you just got expelled from school? Like, if you're expecting comfort, come on. You guys know how I am. I am not about the whole huggy, lovey, let's get together, sing a song. I care about people, but a lot of times I'm not going to go ahead and like, I'm not going to put lipstick on a pig, as I call it.
I know what kind of plug that is now.
Oh, wait, you do?
Yeah. Thanks to Instagram. Pumpkins.
Ah. You enjoy watching me? I'm not trying to, just asking a question. I'm not mad at you or anything. It's just that, like, it's just one of those things when people go ahead and bring up if the school presses charges, then it's juvie. Yeah, I mean, that's true. If the school, you're a god, that's why. I am absolutely not a god. Please do not idolatrize me. That is, nope, not my thing. I am certainly not one. I mean, I get that you would enjoy watching me, but, like, I feel like that would be better, like, there would be more priorities than like, watching me. Expulsion's a pretty serious thing. You know, it requires a lot of work, and if your parents don't care, then you're probably not going to get re-enrolled in another school district, because your parents are going to have to sign off on that. You know, so if they don't care, then you're gonna have to figure something out with your own education, then. I don't know what to tell you. I just feel like that would, coming out to YouTube would not be on my list of priorities. That's just me. School can press charges for getting into fights on school property. Am I say something random? Shoot, go ahead. Yeah, like I said, like, a lot of stuff has changed since I was going to school, and maybe it's just my school district and stuff, but depends on how much Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and check if you're almost at the place. Okay, so I need to go to, I'm here. Where am I going to? Palace, Castle Daggerfall, this way. Boston Dynamics? Man, fucking Boston Dynamics. They got some cool-ass robots. I fucking love them dudes. You ever seen them videos of, like, all the machines and stuff that they're creating? Super cool. Let's put this away. Do you agree to the terms? Yes, I agree to your terms of service. Alright, so, not you. Lady, what's her name? Alt. Save, because I gotta go talk to what's her name again. Just realized there's 25 seconds behind the stream. Mordwog's the Emperor's letter. Very interesting. I think it's a letter to turn over the letter. You will need to brave the depths of it to try and retrieve it. Yes. Once very badly recognized by the Empire, it means the beginning of the peace between the orcs and the other races. Present this letter to Gorwog to help her proceed to cooperate. Cool. I gotta deal with these duders real quick, because for some odd reason opening that door turns everybody hostile. Which is unfortunate, because I'm like, I don't understand. Oh, yes, sir. I wish I could go ahead and make Ebony as strong as Daedric, though. So are you pranking yourself in April Fools by continuing this challenge? Haha! Something like that. That's what I do. Just a prank. I don't know. I mean, I think the challenge isn't too bad. I mean, there's a hell of a lot worse things that I've done. Yes. Oh goodness, there's so many freaking... So many of these dudes. Okay, cool. Done. You could just escape the palace after talking to her? Sure, but I mean, they're dropping a whole bunch of loot. Why would I just run from loot? Okay, Mithril, take that. Yeah, it almost killed Sons Perta, not re-equipped with this. Okay, just escape the palace. Hospital. I'm joking, this challenge rules. Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm. I know the challenge is not always the most exciting thing. But now that I'm broadcasting on both Twitch and YouTube, it is pretty nice. Kind of broadens out my horizons here, and I think people from both platforms are interested. We're not too far from being able to complete the entire challenge either, to be honest. Like, what you gonna do? I pulled out my weapon, and I stabbed somebody, and I was rude to people. What you gonna do? Huh? That's what I fucking thought. Get out of here. Alright, let's go ahead and... So, we need to... Now that we have this little thing here. We have a few routes we can take. The first route is going up to Yakalon, then going down to Sentinel, turning in the Underking's quest, then going to Orsinium, and then coming back to Daggerfall. Or... going up to Yakalon, going out to Orsinium, then going back to Sentinel. I think the best bet would be Yakalon, Sentinel, Orsinium, wait around until what's-her-name from Belfaria chimes in, go back to Daggerfall, and then complete whatever else I need to do. Which will put me in the tombs somewhere around the area. I'll get that done, and then I think I need to go to Wayrest. Why are you always crouching? Maybe call it superstition, but I feel like crouching is faster than just standing up and running. Maybe it isn't, but that's just how I feel about it. Odd Blades. Let's go check these out. Oh, a store I haven't seen. Oh, and it's an armor shop. Nice. Nope. And nope. Alright, let's go ahead and sell a bunch of this stuff. Sell what we have on the wagon. Daedric Right Pauldron. We could probably go ahead and... Armor rating, running, featherweight. We could probably go ahead and enhance this thing to be a hell of a lot better. So let's go ahead and sell what we have right now. Oh, 30. Ugh. I'll take it, whatever. It makes the image of an Argonian zooming all over the place better if crouching. Honestly, I like to think that my Argonian is, like, belly crawling and doing that, like, thing that you see in Japanese horror movies. That's what I assume it is. Alright, Cosmic. Hopefully you have a great day. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Alright, where are we going to next? Let's check out Oddblade, I guess. This should also be another either weapon shop or
check inside real quick. You are literally a weapon shop. Or at least you said out front that you were a weapon shop. You just look like a general store. With more weapons. Alright. Where are we going? We gotta get up to Yakalon. I don't know where in Yakalon I'm going. Sent me to Castle Lugwich. Castle Lugwich. The Ring Girl's Creepy Crawl. Yeah, that's exactly how I like to think of it. Lugwich. So, find Lug. Castle Lugwich is here. Okay, so roughly about the left. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a lot of northbound movement. But first, while we are here, let's go ahead and hit the... Where are you? Mages Guild, probably in the bottom corner. Yeah. We'll see about... We're going to go ahead and do some massive upgrades on this Daedric piece I got in my inventory, this new one. We're going to throw a whole bunch of stuff at it. Okay. Mages. There's the door. Okay. Let's also check to see what magical items they have in stock. Wizards. I bought something, but I don't know what. Oh no, I don't know what's what. Hold on, guys. Okay. I did something, but I don't know what I did. Powers unknown. That... Okay, hold on. I did something and I don't know exactly what I did here, so... I think I purchased something that I didn't mean to. Okay. Catman or Catwoman. I think Catman is hilarious. That suit is funny as heck. Info, powers unknown. Cast... Oh, yeah, that's my custom piece there. I think I might have equipped a... Oh, did I unequip my Khajiit suit? I sure did. Okay, there we go. I was like, what the heck is wrong? What's going on right now? Okay, so let's try looking at this again and hopefully not accidentally buy anything. Wizard's Fire, Fortitude, Pants, Unrestrainable Daikatana, Grizzly Bear. Wraith? No, let's not worry about that. Let's not worry about the Wraith. Alright, so... Let's go ahead and find... our dude. Actually, while we're here, let's get some training. Do you want to receive training? Yeah. Do you do thaumaturgy? You sure do. Let's get that thaumaturgy. Oh, I guess I have to do restoration then. Skilled and I do master wizard. Okay. Alteration? Harpy? Dragonish? Orcish. We'll do Orcish. Who wins in a fight, a gorilla or a grizzly bear? I'd have to say the gorilla. That's a good question. I'd have to say the gorilla, in my opinion. I would personally think that the gorilla would win. Grizzly bear is a lot of brute strength, and so is the gorilla, but I feel like the gorilla just has more mobility than the grizzly bear would. Grizzly bear is obviously just strong, but weapons and armor, clothing. Let's pull from the wagon here. Oh, that's right, we have 2 pieces. What is on this? Enhanced running featherweight, user takes damage. Ah, that's my original one. Okay, so I can sell that one too. Armor. Okay, so let's go ahead and add... We're gonna do the normal enhancements here. They can shrug off small caliber bullets like nothing. I can see, and that's why it's such a hard thing, because I feel like the gorilla, it's not as fast as the grizzly bear, but I feel like it has the mobility. The grizzly bear is pure strength, and I think if it can pin the gorilla, it's over. But I feel like the gorilla would probably get on the grizzly bear's back and just try and choke it out. Okay, featherweight. Let's see. Improves talent. Increase weight allowance. Regens health. Repairs objects. Strengthens armor. Let's see. Extra spell points. Good rep with... Improves talents. I guess let's do regens health all the time. And then let's go ahead and do good rep with all. It's 100,000 for this. So now I need to go ahead and user takes damage in holy places. We're going to go ahead and just make this so I will die the second I set foot in a church or something. I actually don't know if I'll be able to go ahead and carry all this. No further side effects. Enhances running. Maybe featherweight. That's only 1,000. Regens health all the time. I guess we don't really need that. Good rep with all. I guess maybe I don't need good rep with all. What else can I put on here? I know. Enhances skill... Not enhances skill. Enhances talent. Or maybe that's not what I'm looking for. We'll do regens health all the time. And then... I think I can add one more... user takes damage in holy places. Oh, no. I can take one of those out. I have a question. Yes, I'm still here. I think I made a mistake, and so the rumor spread out this VPN that you have done. I started. It did make it. So it's just from the blame for. Don't think I know the difference between expelled and suspended. Sorry for bringing it up again. Because they blame me for the virus, and I don't know what to do. Wasted your time. I'm just gonna stop now. Sorry. I mean. As I have said, you guys are fine. Like, you don't need to take it, like, everything so personally, guys. Like, I am just here as a YouTuber to entertain at the end of the day. Like, expelled means you can't go back to the school you've been kicked out of the school. Suspended means you have been sent home and you're not allowed to go to school for X amount of time. That's the difference. People that came to America back in the 1800s used to call bears unkillable, and the advice is just stay away from them. I can imagine. Yeah, absolutely. Bears are terrifying. I mean, but a gorilla will toss you around like a wet fucking paper napkin. That's the only issue I see. Enhances skill. We're not looking for... I'm trying to see... Oh, it's when held. That's why. That's what I was looking for. Enhances skill. Let's see. Destruction, Daedric, Jumping, Longblade, Pickpocket, Restoration, Stealth, Streetwise. Hell, let's do Restoration. There we go. Enhances running, featherweight, regens health, and enhanced skill restoration. Plus a whole bunch of takes damage. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I don't mess this up. 59, regens health, skill. Cool. Okay. Enchant. Grizzly bears can throw around 2-ton dumpsters where I live, like basketballs. See, I don't know enough, like... I guess that is a good question. I thought you meant to see the... Sort of opinions on cheese. I think cheese is good, but don't eat too much cheese. You'll get constipated. Gorilla's Punch will do more damage to a bear than a small bullet. The piercing defense is higher than... You know what? Fuck it. Let's... Hold on 1 second. Let me log into my YouTube here. Let me add this prehistoric bug bonanza to my watch later. Because I like the Budget Museum. I think his stuff is pretty cool. But let me get to my channel real quick. We're just going to put this up for a fucking poll. And, let the user base decide here. But let me get okay, let me fucking mute myself. Holy shit. Sounded like 3 turtle doves having sex with an anteater. Let me put out a poll here. Ask. There we go. Alright, now you guys can truly decide who wins in this fight. I do think a dude that has a channel about animals already answered that question, but I don't remember it. Yeah, I could probably go ahead and look it up. Don't worry, I think about that kind of stuff all the time, so I probably will go ahead and look it up. Info. The one that I am currently wearing is... Oh, that's my formal cloak. I probably can't even see this, can I? I can't even see my thing. That's hilarious. Okay, so we'll take a look at this, this one right now. So enhanced running, featherweight, regens, enhances skill restoration. That's the one that I want to equip. The current one that I have equipped is running, skill, featherweight, and damage and holy. So we're going to go ahead and equip this big one here. And the other one is now just in the wagon as decent stuff. I think we've already enhanced the greaves as well. Enhanced running, featherweight, increased additional 25% regens health all the time. Yeah. So. I love debating stuff like this. No, I think it's pretty cool. When you get down to it, the world is a really scary place. I mean, it's kind of like the age-old question of who wins, giant squid or sperm whale. And, like, they're both pretty evenly matched. I mean, you do see a lot of sperm whales with a lot of scarring from giant squids and everything. But you don't ever really see a giant squid. I mean, hell, you don't really see any colossal squids anyway, but you don't really see any colossal squids, like, missing, like, chunks out of them because of the whales, but... Here, you should put a random poll on your stream every day, just an idea. I mean, if somebody comes up with a good enough question for people to want to know, then sure, I don't have an issue with it. Okay, so we're good. Let's... Oh, hold on. Let's do something before we go anywhere. Done. Alright. We are going to re-equip my speed stuff. And off we go. Actually, hold on. Let me move some of my stuff to my inventory, to my wagon, because I don't need all of this. That's the healing. This is a healing bell. This is open. This is unknown. So we're going to remove this to my wagon. This, and that. And what we need to do is pull that ring back, because I think that's my, yeah, free action. Okay. Whales can't hurt it. Who the fuck hunts bears? I guess the USA is a weird place. I mean, people do hunt bears. It is a thing. It's pretty rare. You know, as far as I'm aware. But, yeah, people do it. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've heard people hunt. I mean, hell, I used to go chicken hunting. So... I wouldn't say, like, not chicken hunting as in, I'm outside hunting chickens with a 30-06. We're watching out for them, making sure they don't go ahead and peck and lay eggs. I mean, I don't mean like that. I mean more like, I used to go out into, in Puerto Rico, I used to go out into, like, the like, jungly terrain and stuff like that, and go crawling around and getting baby chicks to take back, or grabbing up the chickens for, like, for eggs, or ruffling through and seeing if I can find if they have any freshly laid eggs or stuff like that, but not that kind of thing. Here we get hunted by mosquitoes. I think everywhere people get hunted by mosquitoes. You'll be minding your own damn business, and then I'm like... Oh, okay, talking about that, you just reminded me. If you guys have never played it, there's this great fucking game called Mr. Mosquito. It is hilarious. You play a mosquito trying to go ahead and suck the blood out of a family. By far, that is a great childhood memory. I really, really, really enjoyed that game. It was fun because, like, you're just a little mosquito just trying to go ahead and suck the blood out of the family, and they can kill you if they, like, slap you while you're sucking blood. But you're trying to go ahead and fight against them, and you have these, like, giant boss battles where, like, the family... Yeah, the Japanese one. Yep. Yeah. Great fucking game. Great game. Oh, man, I loved that game. I played it as a kid, and I thought it was just wonderful. You know, you're just trying to suck the blood, and you got these boss battles where, like, they're spraying with cans of, like, bug repellent everywhere, and, like, you're trying to not get overheated and like, you're trying to not get swatted out of the air, and then when you get to, like, the final boss, it's, like, the fucking, I only know the bath level. There's a whole bunch of levels and stuff to it, and I know most people remember only the bath level, or the demo, where you had to go ahead and the lady was in her room, like, doing yoga or something, and you were trying to get it. But yeah, there's a lot more to that game. But, like, the final boss is fucking hilarious. It's like the old man, you've managed to go ahead and take out the family, and he's, like, fucking using energy attacks and stuff, and, like, slapping all over the place, and kung fu martial arts, and you're just this, like, mosquito, just trying to suck this dude's blood, and he had to, like, hit their pressure points to, like, get them to relax. It's the most hilarious game. I love it. I would love to play Mr. Mosquito if I could, like, find it. I'm sure there's an emulation out there for Mr. Mosquito. Or maybe I could just hook up, like... Maybe I could hook up my PS2 and put, like, a card on it and just, like, capture it that way. But... 50-50? Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will have a lot to say, you know. I mean, it's kind of like a question, who would win in a fight, like... What would be equivalent to an iguana? Like, if you had to pit one animal against an iguana, what would you pit? Because an iguana seems like a pretty middle of the ground, like, lizard. Like, I would have to think it'd be, like, some type of bird or something. Like, some type of, like, a hawk or something. You would pit an iguana against a hawk. A bearded dragon. I don't think that would... I am pretty sure the iguana would win that fight. Bearded dragon's small. It's not going to be doing anything. Or it's not going to be doing much, I should say. Orcish has improved. Great. Get out of here. Iron Greaves, nothing good. Alright. So, we are heading over here somewhere, roughly. Let's see if I head this way. I think we should head a little... There we go. That should be good. Maybe something like a... Because if you put, like... Alright, have a good night. Catch you later, Demon Pumpkin. If you put something like a whiptail iguana against, like... I don't know, let's say iguana versus kookaburra, or something like that. Or magpie, because magpies do big swoops. You should totally enchant something with spell absorption. You just suck up all the spells thrown at you if you have a low MP bar. Yeah, but the only problem is that, I think I actually absorb spells at night. Or I thought that I had spell absorption at, like, night or something. I can't actually recall. A crab, a big one, but not a gigantic one. Ooh, actually good. That's a good one. Komodo dragon versus coconut crab. Because coconut crabs are not to be trifled with. Those fucking bitches will tear you a new one. I mean, you think about them as being, like, crab, but those things have some of the highest, like, weight-to-pincher ratio. They could absolutely cut off your finger with, like, no effort. What about a Kodiak bear versus an iguana? That's like, I feel like the bear would win that one. But yeah, whiptail iguana or like Komodo dragon. Komodo dragon is huge, so I feel like it would probably like end up winning. But I think like whiptail iguana versus coconut crab would be a pretty big one. I think that'd be a pretty even fight. Alright, let's see. Now that my restoration, I guess, is being enhanced, which it doesn't feel like it's being enhanced at all. Oh, yeah, spell absorption. The problem with spell absorption is that if you absorb a spell over the maximum MP that you have, you will... one bite of the Komodo dragon, it's done, but coconut crabs do have good defense. Yeah, coconut crabs do have one hell of a shell. And I think that the Komodo dragon has a very serious bite, but I don't think it has a hard bite. I mean, it can obviously bite stuff and break skin, but I don't know if it could break, like, the shells of the coconut crab. If you didn't know, coconut crabs are actually part of, like, the hermit crab family. And they put themselves into shells until their actual shells start building up, and then they have one hell of a defense. But I don't know if a Komodo dragon could break a coconut crab. Ooh. Their mouths are very filthy. It's not the force that kills, the bite reaches your blood, you're dead. Yeah, I'm aware of, like, the bacteria and stuff that they have in there. That would cause all kinds of stuff to build up. Okay, give me a second. I completely forgot I gotta turn in my timesheet for work. So, I'm gonna do that while I'm running. Okay. Okay, hold on one second. Guys, I will be back in the chat in just a moment. I just gotta turn in this thing for work. I completely forgot about it. Alright, cool. Done. Alright. I just googled it, and apparently Komodo dragons kill with venom, not bacteria. Huh. It's both from what I heard. They have small venom glands, but their mouths are also nasty because they eat a lot of dead animals. Yeah, but, like, it comes down to... Yeah, but that's...
Komodos are a type of monitor lizard.
Oh, okay, so monitor lizard. Either way, like, the question comes down to, could they inject the coconut crab? Because the coconut crab is a pretty big... I mean, it's got a hard shell, and I think it's pretty... But that's the whole... That's what I'm saying. Like, they may not be able to bite into it, because the coconut crab is a hard shell, and it has a really good defense. So, like... And if it gets in its mouth and it can't bite it through, the coconut crab is gonna fucking tear through its mouth.
So the things with coconut crabs is just like any other crab, they have soft joints. Yes, they have a very beefy top layer, but like any other crab, their underbelly, because all their legs, they can be able to move. So that if it can flip over a coconut crab and just get a good jab on it...
But you can't do that. The coconut crab's whole tail goes underneath its belly.
Yeah, it's like...
It's
how lobsters and crayfish do it. They do that, but they still have the upper part where their other legs are at. It doesn't cover everything. It has tiny weaknesses like any other crab.
Jaguars are really good at killing alligators. That surprised me. Huh. I actually didn't know that either. The more you know. Yeah. Yeah. They're really good.
Oh, did you have an outlaw? I mean, it's like a mixture of...
Okay, now I gotta know. Hold on. Let me, I'm gonna take a look at this because now I'm curious. I guess it comes down to mobility. If the coconut dragon plays it smart and the crab can't pinch him. I mean, if the coconut crab gets stuck in its mouth and it's unable to crunch through its defense, the Komodo dragon is done for because that pinch will absolutely destroy the inside. Like, the coconut crab is surprisingly strong. It'll just sit...
It'll grab one of its arms, clamp it down on its larger claw, and crash, because it can easily rip off the arm.
Yeah, but I mean, it comes down to,
this
like...
This should be a fighting game!
Yeah, this should be a coconut crab versus... Coconuts versus Komodos.
Oh, what is that? What is that YouTube series that pits... Not Epic Rap Battle, but, like, who would win in a fight thing?
I know there are plenty of them. Hold on, let me... I'm gonna look up coconut crab. Coconut crab weaknesses. Coconut crab. They're powerful enough to... Let's see. His largest let's see. Adaptation to... Juvenile coconut crabs use gastropod shells, which, you know, same as hermit crabs.
Oh, that's right.
They are hermit crabs. That's what I'm saying. They're big
that.
defense. Like, that's what they are. Like,
Thank you. Listen, if one of those falls out, it's gonna hit you
they
right in the head.
primarily feed on fleshy fruits, nuts, and seeds.
That's why you'll find
But they will eat carrion and organic matter as well. Anything left unattended is a source of food to the coconut crab.
Give me your bones.
They will investigate and carry away things. As they are also...
Fucking coconut crab dragon and
They have the nickname of robber crabs.
coming into your houses, snatching your babies up.
It also depends on where the fight takes place. That's true. Just imagine a coconut crab grabbing a Komodo dragon by the neck and it being game over. It could absolutely cut through if it if it could get a hold of that little soft scruffy part, it could absolutely crush it. Coconut crabs got the grip. They got that fucking kung fu grip.
It's not even about crushing it. They have that excess skin.
Yeah.
Just snip right through it.
Let's see. Total lifespan of about 60 years. I didn't realize a coconut crab lives. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they.
Okay, hold on. How long does a monitor lizard live? 8 to 30 years. Literally, the coconut crab can just outlive the monitor lizard. That's hilarious. Yeah.
There's a guy that would block his monitor lizard in front of the shop.
What?
Yeah. What was a type of monitor lizard? The ones that aren't like super bacterial.
Let's see. I wonder who would win in a fight, like, versus all crabs. That's such a good question. Now I gotta know. Guys, I'm about to be going on a very long journey to figure out who the best crab is and what... Oh my god. I've got it. Are you ready? Are you ready, babe? For the greatest game ever made? She's not ready, clearly. I'm surprised the octopus live very short lives. Are we counting extinct crabs? I mean, I guess we could count extinct crabs. You know what? No, let's rule out the extinct crabs because they're dead because they were dumb. So, they're dead because, you know, they weren't the best crab. If they were still alive, they would have been a good crab. Okay, so let's... You know what you do? Okay, are you ready? It's a fighting game called Crab Battle. And it's a whole bunch of different types of crabs fighting against each other. Crab Battle it's a reference already. There's a video that's like Solid Snake and like he's trying to go ahead and fight a crab and then like the crab takes his knife and it's like Crab Battle and it's like him fighting Otacon, it's some kind of cave demon. Snake, it's just the crab. That would be fun. Yeah, I think it would be pretty fun. You know, a fighting game called Crab Battle where you just have all these different kinds of crabs fighting against each other. That would be hilarious. Look up crab fight. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now. Wait, sense of smell? Hold on. Coconuts, crabs have a very well-developed sense of smell, which they use to locate food. Just
Just put a big nose on it.
hint of mango.
You see like the crab on this big claw, and it's just like
like that.
banana.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. They have specialized organs on their antenna to determine the density and direction of a smell.
What the fuck?
So they use their antenna, like...
The density?
The density.
They're fucking like... They got their PhD in smells.
The PhD in smells.
Like their big science
In Fight Crab, you can equip them with swords and guns. That sounds hilarious. That sounds like a really funny. I'm gonna check it out. Give me a second. I'm just really on this coconut crab binge right now. They can detect interesting odors over long distances. They can smell rotting meat, bananas, and coconuts. They have a well-developed brain in comparison to all other crabs. They are the smartest of the crabs, it looks like. You know, when you're living on land, you gotta be smart, right? Let's see. Extrusion of eggs, laying. Then it develops its, They reach their maximum size between 40 and 60 years. It grows remarkably slow, taking perhaps 120 years to reach full size, as posited by Max Planck's. So they can potentially live up to like 100 plus years, but they normally only live to about 60 or so, is what it looks like. Crab fight rules, you could even pick one with very long legs, and even lobsters. Yeah, like the spider crab. I think the spider crab is cool as fuck. I would love to eat some spider crab legs. Like, I don't understand why that's not a menu item. Why you can't go out and get, like, spider crab legs. That'd be, like, something you get for a giant party. There's a really good YouTube video called Are Hermit Crabs OP? Yeah, it's funny, that's the one we just watched the other day that talked about the hermit crabs and, like, the coconut crabs and stuff. Yeah, it's Tier Zoo, I think the guy's name is, who does it. Yeah, we were just looking at that the other day. That's kind of what really sold us on the coconut crab being as cool as it is. Let's see. Coconut crabs are omnivores. They're terrestrial adapters. Huh. They will actually drown in seawater in less than a day. Because they're mostly adapted to terrestrial living. Coconut crabs burrow very, very fine yet strong fibers of the husk, which they use for bedding. These bitches make beds out of coconut fibers. That's hilarious. All right, coconut crab, you've got my list here. I am watching The Word as if it was a game is fantastic. Yeah, oh yeah, I love when he does any of that stuff.
all of the shoujo, it looks like they're all going to be versions of themselves, like, Centria, how she has the little Greek version of herself.
Oh,
Because I saw Melody also through having one of them.
well,
It made sense for one of them.
yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Okay, relationship with humans. Coconut crabs have no known predators, aside from other coconut crabs and humans. Humans are its only predator. That means that puts the coconut crab at the top of the fucking food chain. That's funny. Also, you gotta vote on your thing, hun. Let's see. They're powerful enough to cause extreme pain. Often can be held for. Let's see. Reports a trick using a low night to get coconuts to loosen its grip. Huh. That's interesting. They are considered a vulnerable species due to humans. You wake up and there's a coconut crab in your bedroom. What do you do? Yeah, I think the coconut crab would be the winner there. If I'm asleep and the coconut crab is there, the coconut... Oh my god, that's another good one. How many coconut crabs could you take in a fight?
It's so
Like-
weird to say that. Because I did have this one dream.
Yeah.
I was trying to get from like one point to another, and I took this shortcut behind like a bunch of villas.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking coconut. I don't know why. I've never seen one in person.
Yeah. Just
It's
coconut
like-
crabs
And I
everywhere.
was like terrified of them too. Like I'm like, touching them. I
We
get
sh-
like,
We should get crab.
you know, we go for that.
That place. Yeah.
You want to go there?
Yeah, we could probably do that. Unarmed, probably 0. Alright, so that would be a really funny, like, game in itself. You know, your character just has to take on as many coconut crabs as they can. Okay, let me see, because I'm pretty sure somebody's done the math. Somebody, first let me look up this fight crab thing. Fight crab. Video game on the PS4. Oh! I know what this is! Yeah, I know exactly what Fight Crab is. I've seen this before. Damn, we should play some Fight Crab on Twitch. Based on 3 that combines giant crustaceans, weaponry, and claw-to-claw combat. Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen it before. Here, come take a look. You know what this is. You've seen some of your...
Oh my god, yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen her.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Man, Fight Crab sounds... Maybe I should play some Fight Crab. That looks hilarious. But yeah, how many coconut crabs do you think you could take in a fight? It's like, how many 5-year-olds do you think you could take in a fight? You know, assuming... Huh? Assuming that the 5-year-olds will keep coming at you, unless you take out the 5-year-old permanently, like, and it's basically an endless slew of 5-year-olds, and their intent is to murder you. So how many 5-year-olds could you take on in a fight before you succumb? Yeah, it's just you versus the 5-year-olds.
I think that comes down to how adverse you snapping a child's neck.
I mean,
Or using one
dude,
with a bat to hit
I
him.
talked about with my friend a few weeks ago, but it was 9-year-olds. Man, no, a 9-year-old would be too much.
Fuck 9-year-olds.
I feel like a 9-year-old would be
They've got
just...
too much pent-up rage.
Yeah, 9-year-olds are right at that cusp where they're about to enter the world of adulthood. And,
No.
like...
No, they're about to enter the world of teen angst.
Yeah, they're about to enter the world of teen angst. And, like, they're also... That's pretty big. Like, a 5-year-old I could see...
9-year-olds are pretty fucking big these days.
Yeah, 9-year-olds are pretty fucking big these days, but, like... I could see people taking on, like, a slew of 5-year-olds, but, like, a 9-year-old, yeah, I think you would...
9-year-old myself.
Yeah, as somebody who's probably shorter than a fucking 9-year-old right now, yeah. Find high ground and kick them down. Well, the whole thing is that...
Yeah, what's the terrain?
I mean, it could be any terrain. Like, even... Let's... Okay, you know what? Let's make it an even toe. It's a, What's that game where you fight zombies in the mall?
Left 4 Dead.
What? No. Wrong
Dead
game
Rising?
series. It's a Dead Rising style game where you're trying to fight off 5-year-olds in a mall. So you have a mall to work with.
Murder?
And that's actually
We're
High
talking
School
about, like,
Gymnasium would
beating up
probably be.
kids, and this dog over here is getting far too excited.
So a High School Gymnasium would probably be the most even keel playing field because it would just be like 5-year-olds flowing in from different doors and you'd be like sitting there fighting them, right? But let's go ahead and take a Dead Rising approach. You have a slew of 5-year-olds all coming at you and you have a mall.
Oh
You have a mall to go ahead and fight them in. You have no access to any of the stores, but it's you versus all of these 5-year-olds in a mall. So you can run up the escalators. You can go ahead and... This game is annoying to set up. It can be. But you're sitting there. You could swing on these 5-year-olds. You can throw them off the second floor. You know, you can't access the stores, but there's no consequences. But the consequence is death if you fail. Because they're all coming at you with intent to kill. A mall, at least 50. In the UK, there's actually a really cool experience that they have, where they do have, like, a zombie mall survival thing, where they have a whole bunch of people who are playing zombies and stuff, and you go into this thing, and you're trying to complete objectives, and the zombies are trying to go ahead and take you out, and if you get bitten, then, you know, your team has to decide whether they're going to leave you, or they're going to go ahead and try and take you along, but you have so long until they can take you out. You can easily one-shot a 5-year-old, but we're not just talking a single 5-year-old. We're talking endless 5-year-olds coming at you, scrambling over one another, trying to take you out. So while you're focusing on one 5-year-olds, the 5-year-olds are going to be looking for any opening, trying to jump on your back and bite you, trying to go ahead and take out your legs, you know.
Man, the more I think about this, the more I'm like, this is actually sounding a lot harder
than you would think. Yeah, because everybody's like, oh, 5-year-old. But nobody's thinking, like,
Pick one up,
literally,
snap its neck, then you use that 5-year-old to beat the other
literally
5-year-olds.
rabid 5-year-olds. That's basically what you're fighting, is 5-year-olds who, with the intent to kill.
Right. If we knock it down to like 3 years old, I'll feel a little bit better.
If you knock it down to 3 years old, that's
Oh my
cheating.
god, it's the difficulty level. 3, 5, and 9.
3, 5, and 9. And then insanity would be like 11-year-olds. 12-year-olds. Only for the most elite of game players. Oh, I know, but you keep running and just kick one head and keep running.
Don't beat up children.
I mean, sure, you could keep doing that, but like an endless slew of 5-year-olds means that you're gonna get tired. And for anybody who's actually been in a fight, nobody fucking likes fighting. Fighting is tiring as fuck. No one likes being tired. Alright. I think there should be a limit, because if you can't, then there's unlimited. Well, that's the point. The point isn't like how long could you survive it. Well, I mean, technically it is. But the point is that, like, it's an endless amount of 5-year-olds. The point is, how many of these 5-year-olds could you take in a fight? Because if there's a limit and you're capable of taking on like 35 5-year-olds, then your limit is 35 5-year-olds. But if it's an unlimited number of 5-year-olds, then you have to take out as many of them as you can before, you know, you succumb to your whatever. Okay, so we're getting close. No spell points. Okay. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. Actually, that should be a good game in itself. How many can you take? And you just have like this simulator thing where you can put in a whole bunch of different enemies, and you would be a person trying to take on X number of these things. How many copies could you take in a fight? I was gonna say something very inappropriate, but I'll contain myself. Like, how many copies could you take in a fight? Or, you know, how many bonobos could you take in a fight? Or, like, I don't know, how many snails could you take in a fight? Assuming that the snails are toxic, and if they touch you, you die. Or, you know, if they manage to bite you or sting you or something. How many sea cucumbers could you take in a fight? Bonobos are peaceful creatures. Oh, I know they're peaceful, but let's assume that if you have any of these things, they would just be aggressive and intent to kill. I've heard in some colleges that they have a fun little Assassins Guild you can join to make mock hits on different students. Of course, it's a rumor, might not be real. Pick up a chainsaw for fun. I mean, that's fine, but you'll run out of gas eventually. The ending thing is you're gonna die. Like, there's no avoiding it. It's just how long can you survive kind of stuff. There actually used to be this really fun game. It was called Assassin that we used to play. And basically everybody who was going to play Assassin, bonobos would destroy you. Yeah, but you can feel like Leatherface for a little while. So basically, how Assassin is played, and it's actually super fun if you can find enough people to play it. Everybody who's playing puts their, like, name into a hat, right? And it's all folded and everything else, so you can't see who gets what. And then you go ahead and put, the, quote, weapons, the list of the weapons into another hat. And what everybody does is they're supposed to go ahead and pull out one name from their hat, right? And that is the target of their, quote, assassination. Then they have to reach into, like, the other hat and pull out another name, and that becomes what method they have to assassinate the person. And what we used to do was socks. So that way, if you had to touch the person with a sock in order to assassinate them. How did you get your game to play in full screen? It looks like I am playing in full screen, but I am actually playing in windowed mode right now. There is a full screen option, though, I believe. Mine is just a square in the middle of my screen. There should be a full screen option. Let me see. Yeah, in the Unity version, there is a full screen check mark. You could just hit full screen and voila. I don't know if that's an option in the original one, because I didn't play the DOSBox version. I just played the Unity version, which is what everybody else told me to download. But yeah, so Assassin, basically, you used to play it in school. You'd have a whole bunch of people who would jump in here, and you'd have a time limit that everyone would agree on, whether it's the end of the day or whether it was a full week that everybody had. And the whole point is that you had to nobody knew who, everybody knew who was playing, but nobody knew who anybody else's targets were. So you had to go ahead and discreetly, like, lay the sock on them, or hit them with the sock or something, in order to go ahead and assassinate them. And once you assassinated them, you got to go ahead and take their little target, as well, and you could go after that person. And the person who had the most, like, the most names at the end of the thing, won the game of Assassin. That's how we used to play it. So, and socks, because they're soft, you can't hurt anybody with a sock. But you could play it any number of ways. I've heard that there were games of Assassin that used to take place in, like, a town or city. So you would have, like, 50 to 100 people playing Assassin. And everybody would be in this, like, town or city, and you'd be trying to track down the other people and assassinate them and take as many as you could. Like, that was a pretty fun game. It's unfortunate because I don't think people play it anymore, but it's definitely a super cool game you can play with your friends that doesn't really require any crazy stuff to go with it. Sounds fun. Closer I play to that is Mafia. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with Mafia. It's a pretty good one. What? Oh, you just couldn't find the button that said, hey, full screen? Is by far the best way to play. Yeah, honestly, the Unity version is the best way to play. From everything that I've heard and everything that I've seen, I will fully admit that, yeah, Unity, way to go. The official version is very finicky and doesn't do well with either controller or keyboard. And bugs too. Lots of bugs. But Bethesda and bugs? You got the wrong company, buddy. Bethesda doesn't know anything about bugs. They don't do anything with that. No. Oh, I haven't seen one of you Spriggans in a very long time. Let me check the... Almost do, so we're good. I haven't seen a Spriggan in a long time. Bugs in Bethesda. Psst. I don't know what you're thinking. Bethesda would never allow bugs. Yeah, they're called Bugthesda because they get rid of all the bugs. That's what they're known for. Bethesda is a company who stands, you know, their games upon not having problems. That's just who they is. Who they be, who they do. We should be able to go ahead and make some pretty good progress today. I don't remember if I asked you if you like fighting games. I'm okay with fighting games. I don't have a problem with them. The rest of my family is really good at fighting games. My brother is extremely good at Street Fighter and Soul Calibur. And my dad used to play... he's not a video game person, but he used to play Tekken. He's extremely good at Tekken. He used to go into the arcades while I was playing DDR, and people would line up to try and take on my dad in Tekken. He was just that good. But yeah. I'm okay at fighting games, nowhere near as good as the rest of my family, that's for sure. It's cool. These three franchises are the ones that I played the least. Never ever played Tekken, in fact. Unfortunately, the franchise that I am best at, doesn't exist anymore. I'm really good at Killer Instinct, but Killer Instinct is pretty much a dead game. So, can't do much about that. Killer Instinct's not dead. They just don't have the studio to work in the game yet. I'm really good at Killer Instincts. The last thing, I know that they made a new Killer Instinct on Xbox, but I think you could only choose one character at the time, which is, it kind of sucks that you got pigeonholed into choosing only one character. But also, if I seem like I'm slightly distracted, it's because I'm taking place in this r/place war because they brought back the giant pixel fight thing. And so I am trying to work with the Infinite Black to take out some of these locations here. The biggest fighting game YouTuber, streamer, did a very big campaign to bring back the game. Yeah, it would have been nice to see it back, but I don't really see it making a comeback like that. There's a lot of games that I think would make a comeback and stuff. You could pick one character in the free version, but you had every character if you paid for the game. Ah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I have not had... I mean, I've got an Xbox One that's sitting in the corner, but literally, it's in a box, and I've opened it, and that's about it. I've never really used it. I would literally just sell or give away my Xbox One, because I have no point in using it or playing it or anything. Not really interested in it, so... Even Phil Spencer said that they didn't forget about Killer Instinct, but they didn't have a team to work on a new one. I was a really good, what is it, Saberwolf? I believe it was either Sabertooth or Saberwolf, I can't remember. But I really enjoyed it. It was one of those games where I felt like if you could just get a single combo off, you could absolutely explode. Almost looks like a path. That looks like a path. No thanks. Not interested in it. I know we're heading towards a thing. What is here? Ruins of Greensmith Manor? Not interested. We are heading one place and one place only. The hashtag BringBackKI was #2 trending on Twitter at the time. Never played it because the only Xbox I had was the 360. I originally played it on the... I believe it was the N64 was the version I remember playing. And I played the Xbox version and really enjoyed it. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see some Bloody Roar. Man, if they were going to bring back any fighting game, Bloody Roar would be a phenomenal fighting game to bring back. I truly enjoyed Bloody Roar. Maybe if it wasn't a Konami franchise. Kind of hard, sadly. Yeah. Bloody Roar was fun. It was enjoyable. Fortunately, it's just, like... I'm not a big fan of Konami games. I haven't bought a Konami game in a very long time. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Konami or EA, so I haven't bought EA or Konami games in a while. The last thing for EA that I bought was the Mass Effect Legacy, because I really enjoyed it. I mean, sure, I may not like the company or anything else, but I got a lot of time out of that game, and it really brought back my childhood, but I haven't played it since. Yeah, Konami. I get it. It's because Konami's mainly focused on pachinko machines, and they're also running the fucking Metal Gear into the ground. Along with other classic games, yeah. Metal Gear and Castlevania, the pachinko hell. Yeah. I was really upset because I saw the Metal Gear, I saw that Metal Gear cinematic that they put on the pachinko machine, and I was like, come on. This is such a good cinematic, and you're telling me this bitch is on a pachinko machine? That really ruined my day. But, you know, well past all of that. Okay, where are we at right now? We'll probably pass through here, then hit this area. Where are we going again? It is this thing? No, it's one of these. Newdale. Deer Moth. It's somewhere around here. I don't fucking remember where. Laughing Cat, Buckingham Cemetery. Okay, let me find it again. Lug. Okay, it's up here. No. This little dot. And I am currently here. Okay, yeah, so almost right where I'm heading. New ape escape? Didn't they have like 4 ape escapes so far? Or at least I thought they had like 4 ape escapes. Three? Like, what would they even do for... I mean, the only way that I think they could make a new ape escape is if it would have to be, like, a whole city that got taken over. And you would have to... It would be more of, like, a free-roaming city where you would be chasing monkeys all over the place. Two is by far the best one. I even bought the remaster for PS4. I didn't even know there was a remaster. Yeah, like, of all the franchises that I would like to see come back, I don't know, I'd really have to think about that. Because there's a lot of stuff that I remember playing as a kid that I got it. If there was any game that I would like to see, it would be Jade Cocoon. Jade Cocoon. I played the shit out of some Jade Cocoon. It was one of those games where, like, I just kept playing it. Like, even though, like, I knew everything there was, I really just enjoyed that game a ton. Oh, no, scratch that. Legend of Dragoon. Legend of Dragoon. I would love to see a new Legend of Dragoon. Man, that was such a good RPG. By far, one of the greatest RPGs I have ever, like, played in my life. Whenever you started the game for the first time, did you have to select a folder? Yeah, I believe I had to select a folder to put it all into on the first screen you saw. That I don't recall. That I do not recall. I know that I had to select a folder when I was setting it up just to have a place to partition it to. But I don't know if I had to, I don't remember if I had to select a place for it or not. I would love Digimon Rumble Arena, but it's like the first one. The second one is just Smash Brothers clone. There's a lot of really good Smash clones out there, or a new Digimon World. Yeah, I can agree with that. I wasn't the biggest fan of Digimon World, or just the Digimon games in general. I do have some of them. I've actually thought about learning how to do Digimon Worlds. I think it's Digimon World 2. Trying to do that in a speed run. But I believe somebody said that the speed run is like over 500 hours or something like that. So it's something absolutely crazy. But yeah, I've thought about attempting that one. I actually have practiced a little bit for this thing called No Thing. Yeah, and I believe it is 500 hours. Like, there are some speedruns that are just ridiculously long. Longest speedrun games. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. 100% submission for Spider Rite of the Shrouded Moon is 525 hours, 16 minutes, 44 seconds. Let's see. Baten Kaitos, which I know of Baten Kaitos. It's 338 hours is that one. And then Digimon World 2. Its any percent is 16 hours and 59. But I believe the 100% would take a ton of time for Digimon World. The any percent I think is pretty quick, but I think the 100% run for Digimon World 2 would take ages. Yeah, a 100% run. That's what I mean. 16 hours for the speed run, but I think that's also with any percent run, not 100%. I don't think 100% speed run of Digimon World 2 has ever been completed. I think it's actually just theorized at 500 plus. If you move very slow, you move very slow in Digimon World 2. Maybe I should think about doing it then. I remember there were very hard endgame dungeons, but I only played until I finished the main story. Let me see what a 100% run. Let me even see if there is a speed run record for it. So, speedrun.com, Digimon World 2. There are any percent runs. Defeat Metal Greymon, Device Chieftain. There is no 100% rule. So, let me see what it would consider as 100%. What would a 100% run of Digimon World 2 be? Forum. Things that must be done. The infamously long speed run of Digimon World 2 is hard to sell for most speedrunners, requiring a full waking day of runtime for an any percent run. Far longer than most 100% runs. The game has gained infamy among non-fans who have ambitions of going the distance to shave off hours. However, there are many obstacles preventing it. First off, lack of resources. Building a team takes time in that game. Lots of fusions and digi-evolutions. Cookie clicker, 100% speedrun win. I mean, unfortunately, it's one of those things that you can't really 100%, so I mean, maybe a how far can you get in a year series for Cookie Clicker could exist, but yeah, 100% run, I can't, there's no 100%, so no way to really do it. Lack of resource, virtually nowhere aside from watching PB videos and picking up vague hints can anyone figure out the first thing that they need to do in the route. Digimon World 2 is daunting to begin with, not only due to how long it takes, but how expensive the NTSU version, the faster one I'm assuming, is. The game needs its veteran players to write out a detailed guide on every move players need to do, not to mention contingency plans for unfavorable floor layouts or unfriendly RNG. Not to mention the fact that the game is obtuse and many new players won't even be able to pick on things like which items you need to fire at wild Digimon in order to recruit them. The specific results of fusion narrowed down to what's useful for speedrun. The quirks of item storage and which sequence of menu buttons someone's supposed to press to clear out electrospores or missile blocks. Smart Blocks 29 is officially the first optimized run the game has ever seen, and it's still in its early stages. This was 4 years ago. And what's the speed run for it? It was set a year ago. So this is kind of an old article, but... which Smart Ball is... He is also the one who has the current record, so he optimized it even further, is what it looks like. There's achievements in the game. Oh! If you get the bug... Game mechanic, not a real bug, that drains your energy, you're fucked. Huh. Let's see, aren't well versed to contingency plan for the... Also, no real glitches, wrong warps that work, or duping have been discovered, which if found would guarantee a generous, free PB and make the running much more appealing, especially to outsiders with no attachment. Finally, runners need guides on other important things, where to get the game, as well as good prices and place to buy. Digimon World 2's lack of appeal does not begin and end with speedrunning. In this game, the game was a huge departure from the first game to the extent as great as the 8-bit Terrible 2s of old. Mario 2, Zelda 2, Castlevania 2, Final Fantasy 2, Fire Emblem Gaiden. Following a dungeon crawling trend which was in vogue in Japan at the time, it felt like an unnatural and intrusive virus to Western players only familiar with the cartoon and the first game. I believe I finished the game at 120 hours, and that's only main story. Yeah, the first 4 Digimon Worlds games have a all super different gameplay. You can progress through cookie clear achievements fast if you save scum. I mean, listen, there is no such thing as save scumming in a speed run. You do what you gotta do. Alright, I gotta go take a restroom break. I will let this thing go for a moment. And I should be back in like a minute or two. Alright, I'm back. I believe the game's... let's see. One is an adventure game where you train and raise Digimon and fight them with commands. 2 is a turn-based dungeon crawler. 3 is Pokemon. 4 is hack and slash. And the next order for the PS4 is basically 1, but much bigger with 300 more Digimon, less charm, worse story, but better combat. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have Cyber Sleuth. Which I don't know too much about. You know, Digimon was never my big thing. I really liked Pokemon. But unfortunately, they will never release the Pokemon game that I would like to play, so I won't see that. Cyber Sleuth is good too. Comet is more like 2, but much more playable. Never really got into Digimon as a kid. Yeah, Digimon's okay. I feel like... I don't know. I personally would like a real-time combat Pokemon game. That's the only real Pokemon game that I want. Real-time combat. I also like Pokemon, but also I can never use trade Pokemons in the emulators. I can never get my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that I didn't like about Pokemon, is that it kind of... I hate the turn battle system for Pokemon. With a Machoke and a Kadabra. I'm not a big fan of... excuse me. I'm not a big fan of, like, the turn system of Pokemon. You know, I hit you, you hit me. You know. Wait, do you think they made the world so large if there's nothing to do? Why do you think they made the world so large if there's nothing to do? I think that they wanted to go ahead and... I don't think that they had intended to. They probably didn't have the budget to fill it the way that they wanted to. I'm sure, given the ability to... given the budget and given the ability and the time and everything, I'm sure they would have filled this place to the brim with, like, random encounters and people that you can run into and more combat and stuff like that. Because it's not like there's nothing to do, but the world is meant to be very large. The world's meant to be, like, a full-scale game. So, in all actuality, this is probably exactly what it would be like. If you were a traveler running from one place to the next, you probably wouldn't encounter very many people. Unless you were on, like, a trade route. You probably wouldn't run into many enemies or any other traders or adventurers and stuff like that, especially in a place of this size. So, this is probably more realistic than people give it credit for. Because even, let's take for instance, like, Dungeons and Dragons. Like, Is this Tamriel still? Yeah, it's just a small part of Tamriel. Like, this is a very small region of Tamriel. So if you're, it's still on the same continent. It's just a very small part. That's why I think it's funny when people talk about, man, if there was a full-size Tamriel, I mean, yeah, it'd be huge because this is only a small region of it. But please fast travel because we have nothing in the wilderness. I guess. I figured that they had intended, they had bigger ideas for the game, but it probably just never got, like, it probably just never got the chance to get further than that. Yeah. Which is unfortunate. I think it definitely has the capability to be big. Theoretically, they could have just generated infinite content since everything is created using an algorithm. I hope Elder Scrolls 6 is in Hammerfell. As far as everybody knows, that's where it should be, or that's where they're saying it's at. I just want to play an Argonian who is always tired of walking in the desert. That'd be funny. We're making pretty good progress, honestly. It's slow, but it's there. I mean, we are heading to here. So, I don't know if we'll make it. Always want, also want spears back and flails. I can't really see flails coming back. I don't feel like they... I mean, they might. With today's technology and stuff, it probably would be possible to institute it. I just don't see it being commonly used. I really just hope that when it does come out, it has a lot of content. That's all I really care about. Once Starfield comes out, we can have a general feel for what Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be like. Yeah, because that's what they're doing. Whatever engine that they came up with or used to create Starfield is the same thing they're going to use to go ahead and create Elder Scrolls 6. So... flails are challenging, but they have Microsoft's money now. Let's go all in. I mean, sure, but that's assuming that they'll have their own budget and everything, that they'll be allowed to make those kind of decisions. Just because they have the money doesn't necessarily mean they'll have the creative freedom. I mean, it's not like how Sony owns Bungie, but Bungie still has all their creative freedom. That Microsoft spends that money buying studios just to not give them a big budget for their games. They need good games. Sure, but it's not about the budget for their games or anything. It's about what Microsoft envisions versus what the studio envisions. You know, a lot of these games and these developers and such, they go ahead and they create these ideas, but then the studio comes along, or their owner comes along and says, hey, you gotta make these adjustments. Like Martha is Dead, which was really sad because they made this game, it was great, everybody was gonna love it, and then suddenly out of nowhere, they're like, hey, you know, you need to censor this. We're PlayStation, we can't have that. So... I hear about that, but I don't exactly know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what they censored out of it, but, I mean, it's a horror game. I mean, it's not... It's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to have things like that. Let me see what they actually removed, because it's only in the Sony version that it was removed. What was censored in Martha is Dead? The game release, IGN has pinpointed all of the changes made to the PlayStation version. Broadly speaking, all of the visual components of Martha's that are still intact. The face-cutting scene was, in fact, one of the censored sequences. And the quick time events have been removed, effectively just turning it into a cutscene. And some other stuff. So they basically removed some of the horror elements that made it what it was. I hope they didn't butcher the single player for the sake of the multiplayer, that Rockstar butchered GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption. Who knows? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. people forget that Nintendo censored Mortal Kombat back in the 90s. Yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat is the reason we have the ESRB ratings today, is because it was considered too bloody and too violent. Like, Mortal Kombat basically changed the whole gaming industry. Remember when the abortion scene in South Park game was censored in the Steam version? Alright, Biscuit Buzzer, have you finally got it installed and you're ready to go and struggling with the first dungeon and all of that? Alright, Biscuit Buzzer, catch you later. Thanks for popping in. I guess we'll see you later. GTA and Red Dead were butchered. Both have amazing single-player modes. Multiplayer doesn't affect any of that. I mean, nothing to do. These games are amazing. Understand what it means to game with your right brain as opposed to your left? I mean, probably not. You know, I tend to enjoy both creative and logical thinking. I mean, I think I'm just playing with my brain. I don't think I'm specifically using one side or the other. I mean, both my logical and creative sides are pretty much in tandem. It's the reason why I don't really enjoy, like, puzzle games and such. Though, I'm not the most... I prefer creative outlets to logical outlets. Remember, humans only use 10. Listen, there ain't no 10. Listen, no, we're not doing that. Listen, we use a hell of a lot more than 10% of our brains. Don't you turn off half of your brain while playing a painting and then the other half while doing Sudoku? Me? No. Here's what I do. When I play a game, I turn off all of my brain because I am a brain-dead idiot who decides to do challenges that don't require me to. Oh, hello. Welcome back, Alpha Athletic. Give me a second. Let me show you exactly where I'm heading to. So I am currently heading to Castle Lugwitch over in Yakalon. I have the letter from the from the Underking's agent to head over here and do something here, which I can't remember exactly what I'm supposed to do. But yeah. So I have that letter. Now I'm heading over to here, and I am currently en route. Yep, slow progress, but it's doing its thing. He's going. Well, I mean, that's mostly what people do, though. Like, when they do stuff like that, that's exactly what they're aiming for. Like, sure, it may take a long time, but that's what they're trying to go in and do. Oh. Vague sense of unease, trampled dirts in circles. If you don't like grinding, don't play GTA. By the time you beat the game, you've already spent like 70 plus hours with it. It's fine. Shooting cops and traffic command, it's super fun. I don't want to hear how GTA is complete, and that's final. Okay, I mean, just because you don't like that they released it, I mean, just because it has an open-ended, like... Having an open ending where it allows you to just continue playing the game, like, that doesn't make it an incomplete game. It just leaves it open-ended to allow players to continue playing it. That's all. A lot of people enjoy the lifestyle. Like myself, I really enjoy games that I've already, like, completed, and I like amassing, like, wealth and stuff like that. I wouldn't say it makes it incomplete. I'm trying to think of games that I would consider incomplete games. Like, they have an ending. It's a game that, I mean, Mass Effect 3, that's the big one, but games that they don't really they don't really feel like they're complete, if that makes sense. I don't know you were here too. Do I have a split personality if I talk from 2 streams at once? I don't think so. Chupa, yeah, you're perfectly fine. And yeah, I do. I just figured out how to go ahead and do the split streams. So yeah, I've got both of them up at once. Cyberpunk 27 felt unfinished. I can agree with that. Cyberpunk definitely did feel unfinished. I've lost hope in video games, not wasting my time. I'm holding out for the metaverse. Well, you have put your eggs in a basket. I don't know if it's the right one. I mean, video games have always evolved over time. If you don't like video games, I'm not really sure what to tell you. I mean, technology changes, time changes, budgets change, stuff like that, so... Also, yeah, I see both Twitch and YouTube comments at the same time, so if you're on both, I literally will hold conversations on both sides. Chupa guy in Twitch chat looks like an asshole. I mean, he's sucking on shit, so maybe he is. Who knows? How dare you, me? Is this how this is gonna go? You can sit here, just talk to yourself here? Listen, I'm not one to judge. You do you, boo. Spanish knowledge there. I know a little bit of Spanish. I know a little bit. Enough to get me by. In Red Dead 1, there's a stat for herding cows after a mission, but you can't herd cows off mission. Tell me that's not cut content. I mean, maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe they expect you to. Maybe they just expect you to stay in that mission and just herd cows. Or maybe it's just one of those LOL stats you show your friends and be like, haha, I did it. Look at me. I'm cool. Herding cows was the most annoying mechanic ever. I hope they would remove that mission. Just hate objective-based gaming. See, then that's the thing. It's not that you hate games. It's just you hate very particular types of games. That's all. It's kind of like when somebody says, "I hate insert whatever here." Do you really hate that thing, or do you hate something that that thing does, or somebody that does that thing, or something that that thing does that causes a thing you dislike? So if you hate objective-based gaming, maybe that's the issue. You're playing games that happen to have these mission objectives where you're doing a particular thing or going a particular place, rather than one where you have the ability to just explore and do a thing without worrying too much. It's interesting that you would choose to go ahead and watch like an Elder Scrolls stream just because of that. I'm sure you're here for the conversation. This isn't really so much a stream as it is a podcast with conversation and gameplay in the background at this point. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Maybe it's just you need to find a particular type of game. The internet hates Fallout 76, yet I still play it every day. Yeah, I can agree with that. You know, at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with what you're doing, what the fuck does it matter? You know, if you want to sit in your basement, you know, and play like My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, you know, the reckoning of two half sisters reconciliation, you know, the game, the movie, the webcomic part two, you know, 3.5 or something, whatever. That's up to you. I'm not gonna sit here and judge you. You do you, boo. You do your thing. If you want to sit at home and, you know, sit there and bang dolls against each other and pretend that's social interaction, that's all up to you. No, you need that game? Well, good thing I couldn't even fucking tell you what it was. One game I wish existed is a good Aliens Colonial Marines game. Imagine a horde mode, but aliens instead. There is an RTS, which I think is phenomenal. I think it's called Alien vs. Predator Extinction, and I love it. As an RTS, it's a pretty decent game. And to me, I thought it was awesome, because I hadn't seen an Aliens RTS like that before, and it really blew my mind seeing that. Grizzly Bear wins that fight by a long shot. Hello, Naomi. Welcome back. Nice to see you. It was basically Colonial Marines, but functional. I would love to go ahead and see, if we're talking about, like, Alvarez 3693. Are you trying to get across the map? No, actually, I'm trying to go ahead and complete the main quest, and I'll, for any of you new people who are coming in, first off, hello and welcome. Thanks for checking out the channel. Second off, I am currently on my way to Yakalon. I am trying to get over here to Castle Lugwitch for the quest for the Underking. I'm almost done, surprisingly. I am almost done with the thing. So I think I am 4/5 of the way done now. What I need to do is I have the Underking quest to finish, deliver a letter out to Orsinium. So I have to go over here, go back to Sentinel. I have to deliver a letter out to Orsinium, grab the dust of whatever the fuck that is, you know, the cocaine of lich slaying or whatever the hell they call it. Get that from there. Drop off my finished thing over in Daggerfall, and then I think I need to head to the tomb and do whatever I'm supposed to do there. This is also my first time ever playing through the game, So for me, I don't know too much about, like, what I'm supposed to be doing. I just know the direction I'm supposed to be headed for particular quests and stuff like that. The poll is 50-50. Oh, a bit between Grizzly and Gorilla? Yeah. Also, Fireteam was kind of meh, but the best attempt that game developers made so far. I can agree, Fireteam definitely felt pretty good. Damn, you've walked a lot since you last watched the map. Ogres, ogres chomp. Ogres, ogres chomping on beats. Hopefully it is not your feet, because it wouldn't be too tasty. Don't mind me. But yeah, so I'm getting really close to finishing this off. Like I said, I think within between 2 and 4 weeks, the main goes to discover why Lysandra's ghost is hunting and happens with the letter. So I'm almost done with the letter, and then I think after that, I need to go ahead and finish off, putting that ghost to rest. I need to sprinkle the ghost cocaine on him and get him to disappear. And then I get the totem, hand it into whoever. I don't exactly know where I'm supposed to go with that. I think there are certain people you need to hand it to versus people you can hand it to. So I'll hand it where it needs to go, not wherever it can go. But yeah. Honestly, it's been pretty good. I've rather enjoyed this. Like I said, if Daggerfall certainly isn't my first favorite game, it's definitely my second. I think Oblivion, you know, maybe I'm just clouded by my memory, but Oblivion itself, I really enjoyed Oblivion, and I'm hoping that that I enjoy Morrowind as much as I am hoping so. I don't know. It's just after running everywhere in Daggerfall, like even with 505% speed, it doesn't change that it's still too slow. Going to change my last name to God Hater? Why are you going to do that? Not really. Do you want me to tell you what totem quest works, or do you want to reach it blind? No, I have a list out in the background. Since it was my first time and I wanted to go ahead and get the objective to complete this without fast travel, because if I fuck up my main quest, that's pretty much, it's it and over, and I have to start all over from scratch. It's the reason why I have been very specific with the routes I've been taking and the quests that I've been doing. It's why I am fast enough to be able to... So, still running through the main quest. How far along are you? Rauzar, hello and welcome back. Let me show you here in a second. So, I am on my way to Castle Yugwich, whatever. Tried to play Daggerfall and Arena. These old games are just too hard for me. I play Skyrim and Novice. I have never played Skyrim. So for any of you guys on Twitch, the whole reason I am doing this is because I've never played Skyrim, and I want to, and so I'm doing a no fast travel of the entire Elder Scrolls so I can get to Skyrim, and then I'll have my camera on. You guys can actually see me play it and, you know, fuck up the whole thing. But, yeah, so... Yep, Blades quests. That is what I am knocking out right now. So I'll finish this, then after that I had to head back to Sentinel, to this temple that's over here. I've decided that I'll need to go from Yakalon to Sentinel, so I'll turn in the quest here at the Blades, finish the thing over here. Then I'm going to make my way to Orsinium, grab that letter, turn in the thing to the orc. Then I'm going to chill around Isles of Belfaria until I finally get the ghost cocaine. And then we're going to go over to the tomb, knock out the tomb, then we're going to go ahead and head back to Daggerfall. It could be worse. It hasn't... I think the worst part that I've done was... the worst run by far was definitely... from, what's it called? From Daggerfall to Sentinel, my original run. That was probably the worst part. In Oblivion from From the Mythic Dawn, there's a character who attacks you, Elsie Godhater. Huh. Nulfunga? Yeah. Let me see while we're here. Do you have anything? You have a couple stops. Let me check real quick. Jewelry shop, I don't need that. I looked away for half a moment, and I got stuck in here. There's nothing really worth checking out in here. I thought about maybe I should go through and just look, but nah. Let's just keep going. We're on our way. Northeast. All right, give me a second. I got a phone call here. Shed Dungeon in Eastern Rothgaria is pretty far. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I've already done the Shed Dungeon stuff. I've already talked to Nelfunga once, but that was for a different quest. I'm not going to do the, hey, go check on Nelfunga and make sure that she's okay. That dumbass quest that they wanted me to do in Daggerfall, so that's not getting done. Yeah, but everything else is pretty much done. I've done all the routes all over the place. You know, I've gone to the Necromancer, that's done. I've done most of Sentinel, minus this one I'm doing now. Daggerfall, I just need to go talk to the orcs. I've already done all of the Wayrest stuff that I need to do. I am pretty much down to just finishing up the letter, and then grabbing the totem, and then Ghost Cocaine. I play using this travel mod, so although it's not as painful as what you're doing, I do have to make the same considerations about traveling. I wanted to play without mods because it was my first time playing Daggerfall in general. I really tried my best to keep it as clean as possible without installing any travel mods or anything else like that. And it's not too bad. I mean, considering that I'm only like a month and a half into Daggerfall, it's not bad. I'm sure that if I were to put in like 24 hours a day, I could probably get this done in a couple weeks. But the old lady is having a hard time. Her son was killed mysteriously. Well, maybe she shouldn't have mysteriously banished off to some dungeon somewhere. How would you react if I said that I hate young people? Okay. Good for you? Like, what do you expect me to do? Listen, I'm a 33-year-old. I'm not some teenager. I don't know what age you think that I am. But I am definitely not some young kid. Like, yeah, I know I sound young, but I'm definitely not as young as I sound. I also definitely don't look my age either, so, like, but, yeah, I don't, if you're welcome to go ahead and hate on the young peoples if you would like. That's all up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but like I've said, you know, you do you, boo. Doesn't matter to me either way. No voice in our ears, but, the mall will relish the sound of its call. Yeah, I played Daggerfall Unity with over 70 mods. These days, vanilla Daggerfall is swelled, but after a while, the swelling goes down. You mean you don't keep your erection about Daggerfall in its basest and most vanilla state? I can definitely see how this game would be good with mods. I can absolutely see it. You know, travel mod updates, random encounters. A multiplayer mod, as I've said, would be phenomenal here. If there was some type of multiplayer mod in this game, Oh man, that would be awesome. Is this considered a home? Hold on. This can't be considered a home. Oh, it's considered a town because I don't have towns. I only have dungeons on. That's why. Okay. I would love to see a multiplayer mod of this game. Frankly, I think it would be cool. It would be really awesome to be able to play with other people. And imagine a multiplayer mod where there's like 500 players. Imagine actually running into another player. PvP would be awesome. You'd be out in the middle of the woods just trying to find your way around, and then suddenly... and somebody hits you with a bow. Yeah, I'd be all about that. I want a gamer PC just so I can mod Daggerfall. Well, if you want a PC at a relatively good price, might I suggest Meta PCs? Hashtag not sponsored by Meta PCs, but I did get Luft's PC from Meta PCs, and for less than $1,000, she got a phenomenal PC. I couldn't tell you the specs on it, but it's able to run all of her VTuber software, so let's just put it that way, it's strong enough to do so. Daggerfall is the kind of game where the more you look into the mechanics, the more you go, they did what? And so the more you mod into it, the more you want to mod it. Yeah, that makes sense. Daggerfall seems like one of those games that it has so much potential. The game is, the game is large. The game has plenty of dungeons. The game has plenty of programs in it. Plenty of content that can be added. It's got so much open space, you could definitely make new adjustments to it in general. And the game would be better for it because it has so much open space. It's got room to grow. Artesian Builds is a good company too. I would have said that had Artesian not been such assholes in their stream recently. With the, oh no, you're too small a streamer, go fuck yourself. I think that was them, right? But I'm sure the shipping price would be kind of high. Love to make a base inside of a dungeon and have people trying to get through. Oh, you want to play it like Ark. You want to build yourself inside a cave, huh? Where are you at? Because I think mine came from either Texas or Arizona in the U.S. If you're outside of the U.S., I assume it would be too far. I don't even know if they do shipping outside of the U.S. They are a U.S.-based company run by veterans, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Fair shitty thing to do. Yeah, and that's why I was kind of like, I was big on the company up until they decided that, you know, you have to be this big in order to get a computer from us. Like, that's pretty shit. The amount of stuff, like the amount of people that you're getting, and here's the big thing. And I had this conversation with somebody just the other day. A company doesn't like self-implode overnight. So the company must have been doing pretty bad. And when he decided to go ahead and say what he was going to say on a live stream, he did a lot of things wrong. Number one, a PR team would have stopped that instantly. So it means that he definitely went over the heads of the PR team. Or he consulted the PR team and then decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want. The financiers probably went ahead and said, listen, I know we're just the bean counters and everything, but like, we're in the red. You need to figure something out. And financiers, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a financier myself, so, like, we can come across as assholes when we're talking money. But, I mean, you pay us to talk money, you pay us to keep you in the black. So, that's what we do. So the bean counters probably were like, hey, listen, we're in the red here, you need to do something about this. These free PCs you're giving away, they're cutting into our bottom line here, and we're not getting enough sales to go ahead and merit giving away these things. So you need to go ahead and make sure that we find good people to go ahead and give these things to build in traction and have people come over to our thing. Right? So he probably heard that from a financier and was like, oh shit, I gotta make this decision. And then PR probably chimed up and were like, listen, you don't want to do that. You're gonna lose all of this company, because I'd rather go ahead and slowly drain out and maybe be like, hey, we gotta go ahead and stop Here's what they should have done. They should have been like, hey guys, this is probably going to be our last PC giveaway because unfortunately our company is not seeing a lot of service and doing these PC giveaways. We would love to keep doing it, but our company is having trouble. We're kind of in dire straits. If you guys want to see more builds like this, we need more money to come our way. We need people to actually order these things rather than just hope we get a PC. I hope you guys understand, and you know, I appreciate all the time and effort that probably would have bolstered a whole bunch of things. They would have gotten all kinds of stuff, but instead he decided to go ahead and side with bean counters like myself and be like, nah, fuck off. If you can't go ahead and provide the revenue, screw you guys. Go get out of here, pleb. Scram. You know, it was bad. It was bad, and he could have turned it into a big success for the company, but instead he decided to turn it into a war versus the poor. Alright, anyway, let's see, I'm outside. You're in Argentina? Okay, curious question. I will look into it and see exactly what the shipping and stuff would be like to Argentina. Because I think the PC itself was only $900. Our shipping wasn't too bad, but we also had it, like, they send it out within a week or so. But I'll check it out to see. You're my favorite streamer, JK April Fools. Haha, but jokes aside, you are my favorite streamer. Well, thank you, Joe. Also, welcome. Nice to see you. I love when you guys all pop in. It really does brighten my day. I get a small smile, you know. And here on April Fool's Day, it's one of those things. I'm just like, oh, man. You guys are going crazy. Let's see. Oh. Place my tile. There is a reason the bean canners are supposed to work behind the scenes. It's usually because we're not the most personable of people. I understand that. I'm very much a personable bean counter. I always tell people that I really should work in a human resources department and not necessarily as finances, because I do have people skills, and I'm not just good with numbers and Excel sheets and money and documentation and such. I like people in general. People are phenomenal. Even like terrible people. It's just like people just blow my mind sometimes. There are people out there who can just do things that I can't even fathom. There are people out there who are having like ideas, thoughts, are creating stuff that I couldn't even begin to like come up with in my wildest dreams. We got a harsh correct over east. But yeah, just people are fascinating. You know, the steps that people take to go ahead and get to where they are, the mental leaps some people have to go ahead and take to be as dumb or great as they are. Like, people are just amazing. Not everyone is going to be the most awesome, and even the boring people are great, because you gotta think that some people just, oh shit, welp, I don't know when the last time I saved was. Oh fuck, probably forever ago. Oh no. Fuck! It's all the way back here, god damn it, that's what I get for not saving, fuck! Okay. Now that I've had a moment, do you think monopolies are good? I think monopolies are terrible. I think monopoly is not good for business. Monopoly is not good for industry. Monopoly does not... 30k progress lost. Pretty much. It happens. That's my fault for not saving. I think not saving has caused me to lose quite a bit of time here and there, but... also, sometimes stupid people are literally fascinatingly stupid. That's true. I think people in general are just, why do you need to load? Because I fell through the ground. So, if I fall through the ground, I can't do anything. There's no way for me to get back up or anything. I'm stuck underground. So, I have to load. I don't have a levitate. Monopoly can be a fun board game sometimes. Don't you ever fucking tell me Monopoly's a fun board game. I have the longest game ever version of Monopoly over here. It is a drag. There is no such thing as losing. There is only winning. You can only win by owning every piece on the every spot on the board. It is the worst thing. I thought about actually doing a 24-hour stream just to see how far I could get with it, inviting some friends over and just slamming through to see if we can finish it in a day, but I don't even think that would get done. Monopolies stifle a lot of progress, and there's different types of monopolies as well. I think monopolies where I hope you get crushed, pimple face Joe. What? Jeez, why you listen? Don't be mean. Don't be mean. She lives like sort of best friend, aka the person who's the party, just going to hang out. All right, man. I hope. Listen, I hope you have the best of times, and you enjoy yourself. But yeah, so there's different types of monopolies. You know, the monopoly that you're usually familiar with is when a company owns a particular section of the industry. Like, let's say there's like a bunch of car companies, right? Car company A, B, and C, right? The monopoly on that you're mostly familiar with would be a company B purchasing company A and company C and owning the sole production means or the sole ownership of the property of insert car, right? So only company B would be able to produce this car and everything. Makes sense, right? We're all copy. The second type of monopoly, which is the less talked about one, is a monopoly that is sideways, where they own not only the product itself, but they also own the means of production for that product. Like, let's say that you had McDonald's, right? I'm from Norway, where wine alcohol shop is literally named the Wine Monopoly. Ooh. Huh. That's interesting. How do you like Norway? What's it like? I've never been out there. I think you're our first Norwegian here in the chat. I think we've had a lot of people from different places, but I think you are the first Norwegian. So, hello and welcome, Norway. I guess you're the one who represents it now. God, that's so much progress lost. Damn it. Looks like I joined in the right time. I'm studying for my econ. Hey, welcome. Nice to see you again, and you joined at a decent time. I wouldn't say I'm the best at economics. I'm really good at money in general, because I always tell people that math and money math are very different things. The math of economics and the dollar is a very different type of math than you use for like 1 + 1 is 2. You know, when you're doing math with money, you have to worry about dumb shit like the magic penny, or, you know, interest rates. Or variable interest rates, which could really fuck everything. So, money that just comes out of nowhere. You have to deal with all this magic decimal points moving. So, doing math where everything is kind of static versus doing money math are very, very different things. But yeah, your means of production, your monopoly can either be I own everything within this market, or I own the entire means of production. Like McDonald's, let's say McDonald's own the farms, right? They owned all the farms, they own the feed, they own the butchers, they own the shipping companies, and they also own the restaurants. So no longer would they have to go ahead and pay anybody in between, because they themselves would be paying themselves to do the work for themselves to produce their own products. That itself is also a type of monopoly. Norway, weather is great, or Norway is awful, or weather is awful, socialism is great. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy it. I don't know too much about it, so I hope that, you know, watching all this nice green stuff at least makes you feel better about the country you're living in. Trying some challenge with my friends, trying not to cuss for 30 days, and it starts today. Joe, that is very simple and very easy. You could do this, I believe in you. All you gotta do is come up with really dumb things, like, you know, saying shit like fiddlesticks, or gosh darn it. You can do it. I believe in you. Can it be worse than English weather, snowing in the summer? It's snowing right now where I live. Listen, you're in Canada. I don't think that counts. Like, listen, I think of Canada, there's rivers of maple syrup with moose all over the place, wearing hats on skis, delivering donuts to people. That's how I think of Canada. It's this mythical place where moosen play out in the wild. I once heard an immigrant to Norway describe our weather. You have 2 seasons, white winter and green winter. That's pretty good. Yesterday had mostly clear skies and bright sunshine. Yesterday had mostly clear skies, bright sunshine, and snow sideways. If you look outside over here to the east, 36 degrees Celsius, but that's the exact opposite. Somebody forgot to put that negative over here. And with the wind chill, it's at negative 45 degrees Celsius. So go ahead and put on your mittens and make sure not to go ahead and catch a cold. Haha. Back to you, Rob, for sports. Here, give me a second. Okay, for anybody who's coming into Twitch, give me just a moment. And I'll be right with you.
Lucifer is deep in the bowels of God. Satan will prevail with his throbbing red penis and control of his minions with the red ball sack.
Hope you all have had a great week. Well, hello. Burzum killed Mayhem. Hello and welcome. Nice to have you in the channel. I don't discriminate here, so feel free to, you know, whatever. I've known plenty of Satanists in my time, so... yeah, most of the time Satanists are not actually the worst kind of people. They're actually pretty chill. So, you know, if you are one, hello and welcome. I have no issue. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I tend to go ahead and read stuff. It's not like I'm gonna have an issue with it. I mainly broadcast on YouTube, and my channel is 18 plus over there, so, like, I do the split stream on YouTube and Twitch here, so, to me, it doesn't matter. No, I'm not a Satanist, I just thought I would make you laugh. It sure does, you know? I'm glad to see that, people don't take it too seriously, and I'm just glad when people show up to begin with, so... This is not the most entertaining stream. I always tell people it's more like a podcast of gameplay that goes on in the background, so... Going to the store, thick sweater, jacket, gloves, sunglasses. Sometimes when I need to go out and get myself a sandwich, I gotta go ahead and put on an overcoat, 2 sets of shoes, 3 pairs of pants, and 5 layers of underwear. And that's not even talking about the exosuit. Sick, that sounds dope. Yeah, I broadcast Monday through Saturday, so you can usually find me here. Usually it's about a 3 to 4 hour stream. I'm just trying to get my way back into into this area here, which we are good, so, yeah. I do hate to say it, guys, but today is going to be the end of the stream, so if you are new here, make sure to like, sub, follow, all of that nonsense. You guys know I don't press too hard. But I appreciate you all coming in here. Satanists are a bunch of nerds, no, really determined. 1349 shooters, Warhammer minis. Satanists tend to just be really nice people in general. I don't think I've met one that I've ever had an issue with. But yeah, so for any of you guys who are new to the channel, Monday through Saturday is my normal thing. About 3 to 4 hours stream here. It's not the most entertaining, but I hope you guys at least appreciate that somebody is taking the time out of their day to do this. Don't forget to save. Yeah, I've already done my save, don't worry. Yeah. I don't really have much to say except for thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and you guys are the absolute best. We'll go ahead and catch you all again tomorrow. And just remember, when your favorite streamer isn't streaming, you can find me here. No way it's ending. Yeah, I'm sorry. I usually try and do my streams like between 3 and 4 hours, like just because I used to go ahead and put in a lot of time, and I'd like to actually get some stuff done on my side. I don't have too much time. I got a day job, work at a regular 9 to 5, which is really like 5 a.m. to like 3, and then I start the stream. So, but anyway, I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Have a great night. All right, see you next time. All right, well, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Rawl, Burr,